Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and today I wanted to do a review on the Brüush electric toothbrush. I got this about a month ago, just a few days shy of a month, and I've been using it. The main thing I was waiting for to see if the battery life lasts as long as they said it does, and I've been waiting to make a video until it seemed like the battery life would run out, and it definitely is holding up well. So I figured I'd just talk about how it's worked. To the main selling point they talk about is the battery life, and you can kind of hear it, but so you can see it's still actually running, but when the red light flashes after you shut it off, that means the battery's low. Now does that mean it'll work for another week? I don't know, but in 2 more days I think it'll be a month, or 4 weeks at least, so whatever you want to call a month. But still going. I haven't noticed any loss in power. That's more common with older batteries. I'm sure this is lithium ion to get this type of battery life. Now you can see, maybe this is always hard to show, the edges, tips of the brush are slightly frayed. This is after 1 month about. These are recommended to be replaced every 2 months. A lot of other brushes say 3 months, and you can a lot of times stretch them out to 4, depends on how you brush. This one definitely looks like it's going to need replacing after 2 months, but with this one you can hopefully see that the bristles are kind of in their own little groups, and I think that allows them to flex more and probably gets deeper into your teeth and all the crevices and everything. When you compare this one, which is all one, so maybe you don't even though you shouldn't really take your car in a car wash, you want the ones that kind of contour the car, and it's just not a hard, just one size fits all. This kind of can contour more to your teeth. This one's holding up better, but this one might be designed better. I don't know for sure, but as far as performance goes, it's been just fine, as you would expect. It's more expensive than the Gleam brush that I just showed, and you get more performance. Now, there are different modes. I always use the daily. I feel like for most people, these are just gimmicks. Now they may work, like you can see, they're just different settings, strengths, patterns. Maybe they do have their purpose, but for me, I just keep it on that one. And it's nice that the options are there. That is one of the nitpicks I have, is when you use this, some other brushes have a separate switch to change the modes. I really don't think that's necessary, but what I would like is, say like you stop brushing, you spit out or whatever, and you kind of check with your tongue if you feel any plaque on your teeth. You might just want to touch up a spot, and sometimes that only might be for a second. So I'm done. But see, and now you have to cycle through unless you wait for the 3 seconds. And I think it would have been a better design, and it could still be done with just this one button. That to change it, you hold it, and now it cycles, and then that way this is strictly an on and off instead of doing that. You won't run into that too often, but it is something I noticed. It's not the end of the world, and it's kind of like how a flashlight works, where you can do multiple different actions with one button. And the only other con I can think of, and it's kind of a big one, is again with this toothbrush, this head's on here pretty good. It's not ridiculous, and these heads are proprietary, by the way. But if you want to know more about the specs or the unboxing, I did a video on that. It goes way more in depth. But just as far as my thoughts on it after using it, I noticed this head would come off really easy, and I do like that it's not ridiculously hard. But I usually get my hand towel and wipe the brush off when I'm done using it. And sometimes when you put it through, and this would pop off every time, and sometimes just how you naturally grab it, even if you grab it from here, sometimes it would fall off just because this is very weighty because of the battery in it. And that also is different if you're not used to a bigger toothbrush. You'll definitely notice there's a big size difference and a different weight, but you get used to that really quick. It's not a big deal. But in regards to the head, I found that to really be annoying. So what I did, and this could probably be fixed also with the design change, is you have this, which is basically standard, still a little water on it, and you have this little, well, probably like almost like a weather seal that probably protects against water, and it might lock a little bit on it. But the problem is here, there's a bit of a divot or a collar or something that kind of catches, and that's supposed to be the lock point. But like I said, it was just too weak. It came off too easily. So what I did was got a little sliver of electrical tape and just wrapped it around once, because otherwise you really have to push it on, and I don't want to break anything, even though this is pretty sturdy. And now it makes it way tighter. Every time you take it on and off, it kind of deforms the tape, so now I have to retape it. But you can see it makes it to where, you know, it's not going anywhere now. You could also try and use heat shrink, but you want to be careful with flame. And again, I noticed it would kind of tear it up. So instead of constantly redoing this, it's kind of, to me, I found it easier to use electrical tape. But with that being said, I'm sure that could be changed. Maybe even just an easier change would be maybe to fix something inside here to make this catch a little stronger. So that is something I'd keep in mind. I don't think it's a deal breaker. These heads are proprietary. With the purchase, you get 3 heads, so you're good for 6 months at least. It depends on how quickly you go through them. But you can order more. There's a subscription service. I talked about that more in the unboxing video. To me, I'm not big on subscription services, but I know a lot of people are. So I guess if you want it taken out of your bank every 6 months, you get 3 heads that last you for the 6 months. And you definitely save money doing it that way. But again, these are proprietary, so unless you try some jerry rigging, you're definitely going to have to use these ones. So keep that in mind. Now, with all of that being said, I do think it's a good toothbrush. I liked this one, and I still do, but I'm using this one. I haven't used this one since, and I'm going to continue to use this. I don't see it failing anytime soon. My old nickel cadmium battery one, that one was crap. It lasted for 2 years. It was this size, so a little nickel cadmium battery lasted me 2 years. This is a quite large lithium ion battery, so this is going to last, I'm sure, many years. The charging, again, I've only charged it once. That's why the battery's almost dead, but it's still going after almost 4 weeks, which is what it's described to do, which is nice when they meet what they're saying they're going to do. I would say for the price, this is a really good option. You can go higher, you can go lower. Gleam also makes an electric rechargeable, not battery powered toothbrush. Now it's $50, but it's probably going to be more of the budget line. This is more of a budget price for what it is, but you get that stronger, and again, see, I shut it off too quick. And you compared to this one, so you do get more performance. And a lot of people liked the Gleam, but some people just said, you know, I think I want a more expensive. I don't think one that cheap will be what I'm looking for. I'm going to pass, even though it's a good deal. Well, then maybe this is the next option, the next step up. Instead of spending 150, I'm sure maybe even 200. I'm sure they go that high for a name brand. This basically has the name brand quality. It's a, reputable company. It's not like, well, I don't even know where you get the replacement. I mean, it's all their stuff. They sell it. It's all covered. You can do subscription. So I don't think you have to worry anytime soon about a problem with any support or supply. It does take quite a while to charge, maybe close to a full day. But again, it's all because you're, charging up this big battery, which is most of what this is in here. And if you want to top it off every day or once a week, it wouldn't take so long. But just to test it, again, you can definitely go almost a month for not having to charge it, and then just put it on when you're done, or in between, however you want to do it. There you go. I can put some information to the website. You can see if you want to do a subscription or just pay a little more and get it without a subscription. It's your choice. I definitely think for the price at anywhere between 80 to 100, how you want to do it, it's definitely one of the better options out there. So if you're looking for a toothbrush, I would highly consider this, and hopefully, aside from the button and the fitment of that, that can be improved, or you can just do what I did, and then I haven't had any problems since. So hopefully that helped you out and gives you another option out there. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.